Well, hello, we are here again, and I'm enjoying myself. Really am. This is amazing. This short few minutes that I get to spend with some of you. I don't know how many it is. Tells me it's one or two, but I know there's more. And it's not clicking likes and doing other things that bring it up. And that's fine. You can sit in the background. I'm just here because I wish to help and I wish to bring forth a little bit of wisdom, a story that's fun, unusual, hopefully nice to listen to, and has a healing flow from God behind it. That's me. That's what I'm here for. So let's get on to that wisdom. Well, we've been doing different things, haven't we? Talking about borrowing things. That was big, wasn't it? The next thing I learned at that temple is everything must change. Wow, that's an even bigger one, isn't it? Because we don't wish anything to change. When we have something, we wish it to continue. But change is inevitable. What they meant by change is that everything kind of moves in a circle of coming forward into things. You might even call it evolution. Yes, I would use that word. It means that we're moving from one space to another. That's what I would mean by that word. And so things are constantly changing. So if we understand that, then we won't be kind of thrown sideways when it happens. Many people do not like change. They want everything to stay the same, that yet nothing has. From the moment you went to bed to the moment you woke up, everything has changed. Your placement, everything. You just don't realize it. Subtle things are different. The air you breathed last night is not the air you breathe today. The floor you walked on is a different type of floor than the floor you walked on the day before. Well, why is that? Because the energy is different. So everything is changing. We have those moments where, well, this will be with us forever, and it isn't, of course, because something happens to it. We drop it, we break it. Change. That person will be, well, and that too can change. And then that person can change within the relationship. So change is inevitable, and everything changes. I know you're looking at that one going, yeah, okay, I guess so. But what if I don't like it? Well, it's all right. I mean, we're not the greatest at changes as a human race, yet we do a lot of changing. It's interesting. A little bit of a quandary. But the reality here is that we are in a space where we are, of course, changing. Let's leave it there. Let's do that little bit we have to do. Well, we don't have to, but I guess it would be nice to do. So if somebody did wish to get a hold of us, they could. We'll do it simply tonight. It's start healing. Whoops. Did it again, didn't we? Forgot the Eric part. Put the Eric on it. You put start healing and then dot me. Isn't that easy? Start healing dot me. Eric at starthealing.me. My name. Very simple. Eric at starthealing.me. Eric at starthealing.me. You should be able to get that. I hope. You can do it slower. Eric at starthealing.me. There we go. And we all have moments, right? So if you have that moment and you're required to talk to someone, reach out to me. Send me an email. Just say, hey, I need a link. I heard your YouTube. It was kind of cool. Or I heard your YouTube. I have some questions. Or I heard your YouTube and I don't agree. That doesn't matter to me, by the way. This is God's wisdom, not mine. Everyone can read it differently. And I'm certainly willing to still send you a link and have a conversation. Not an argument, not a heated debate, but a conversation where both walk away enriched and understanding more. Look forward to that, by the way. So remember, just reach out. Send that email. I'll send you a link. It's free, okay, without cost, however you want to say it. And the rest we'll talk about, if the rest is necessary. Who knows? So let's get to that story. It's getting interesting, isn't it? Again, well, it seems to do that. I mean, we're up there a bit in numbers now. 41, 2, 3. I'll have to check before I mark this one so that we don't mess it up like we have already once. This is without being my forte, labeling things and such. We'll get it done the best we can. So stepping into the story, she's in this tent. She'd made herself some hot dogs, made the nice person that lives in the wall at the moment, kind of in the hovel. Hovel lady? Who knows? We just call her the lady in the wall. How's that? Works. And set a couple hot dogs down for her and of course, accoutrements. You have to have those. They're the best wonderful things in the world, aren't they? At least we believe so. So, and she just sits back and munches on hers, then gets up and does the same thing, moves a little closer to the thing, puts her knee down, waits for the acknowledgement, and goes back and lays on her bed in the tent. Remember, she moved it up a bit. The lady, a little while later, she hears lady in the hovel, lady in the wall, whatever, coming out, picking up the tray, disappearing, coming back, stating in a language that the lady could understand for some reason, yummy, and noticed that all of the condiments had also disappeared. Well, that's fine. She's got more. She chuckled, and she continued to do the process. And then she packed up everything and moved her tent a little closer, the last of the closeness. She was about 100 feet from the hovel that had been built from the wall. Not really a hovel, but she liked to look at it that way, that it was kind of like a hobbit's hut with a little round door. So it looked like a hobbit's hut. That's what we'll call it. So hobbit hut lady. Okay? We'll work with that. And she just simply put out a nice little roast beef sandwich with a pickle. Nah, she had them, so why not? She put the pickle up. A little bit of mustard on the side in case the person didn't like it. And there we are. Nice rye bread, of course. And she made herself one, of course, because she likes those. And after she munched it, she went. She stood by the door, and not going into the place, and let the lady see her that was in the Hobbit hut. And then she went back and laid down. And of course, a few minutes later, the lady came out and got the roast beef. And then things changed. She was laying kind of with her eyes closed, and she realized the lady hadn't left, but was munching on the sandwich and talking yummy noises to the pickle. And so she sat up carefully and she said, "Can I sit by the fire?" And the lady from the Hobbit hut said, "You may." And the lady goes, "How are you doing?" And she goes, "I'm better. I can't believe you spent all of this time just to get to me. This is how it's done, isn't it? A little at a time, giving you a chance to understand that I come in peace and that I'm here just wishing to see who you are and if I can help." Well, the way that you did it is very ceremonial, and that's who I am. So it was very nice of you. And I suppose the man over there in that little bucket with a teleporter has probably told you how old I am. The lady said no, but he did say you were older than you looked. Well, I am. I've been around a long while in a lot of things. Never had this energy before. What is this called? Sanctuary. It actually exists. Oh, and now the whole planet is under sanctuary. I mean, I could go anywhere and I'd be safe. As much as possible, yes. We're still working on shields and keeping out those that wish to. uncreate sanctuary. We're working on it. Well, this was a nice talk, but I'm finished with the talk for now. Thank you for the food. Goodbye. And she was gone. The lady again laid down. Supper time, she made a nice supper. This time she really pulled out all the stops and she decided she was in a junk food mood. So out came the corn dog pogies and the magical fryer. French fries, of course. Battered mushrooms because onion rings, absolutely. And a few battered shrimp, why not? She put them all on a plate, put some down for the lady, and sat there and was eating, and the lady came out and ate with her. Didn't say much this time, just that these are very nummy. I'm enjoying your food and your company somewhat. And after she finished eating, she goes, well, I'm going to go back in now. And the lady kept this up for another couple of weeks. And eventually, the lady from the Hobbit hut was now sitting and talking with her for a long time. That's what the lady was up to, just seeing if she required something, and she did. She required some things for her little home, and eventually the lady was allowed in. And she liked the little home. It was bigger on the inside somehow. Something to do with something that the lady in the Hobbit hut had learned through her long life. And so now she went out and packed up her tent and things. She had given some treats to the lady, and she said whenever she wished, she could come to the lady in the Hobbit hut. The lady, it's like, woof, we're gonna get stuck here. I know. Names would be easier, but names aren't used very often in Sanctuary. Not at the beginning. Later, yes. We might get there. Second book, third book, we might have names. Anyway, right now we do not. But this is the woman. We'll call her woman and the other one lady. That somewhat give us a bit of breathing room. So the woman in the Hobbit hut was invited by the lady to come to the lady's house whenever she wished. That was her whole point. Was to just allow this person to tell their story, which they did, and to be able to feel comfortable in the area, which she was starting to. That was fine. Of course, at this moment, we always have to have those, don't we? Something came a knocking, but not from out space, nor from kind of, oh, me, my, said the lady. Something happened in the dwarf zone. She went over, and two of the dwarfs were coming out looking a little scorched, and they go, woof, found something. Everybody duck. Whoa. Hello, the dragon said. That's one of my kind. What's he doing in a hole? Oh well, they bury themselves sometimes. This one's slightly upset that I woke it up. Wasn't trying to. I was trying to go around the particular zone because I could sense that something was sleeping, and of course, clumsy me, I hit the wrong rock and everything broke, and it's very upset. Dragon said, don't worry, I'll have a talk with that wonderful dragon from the mountain. I will. Poof, he was a dragon and off he went. There was a bit of a scuffle up there, and then it looked like they both came down and thunk in the city and both transformed. And the one said, I've been sleeping for a long time. I like my naps. I understand. The dwarf was trying to go around your orb, but it missed. Well, that was very inconvenient. I understand. Waiting for the dragons to change. That could be a long time. Didn't you used to be, well, yes, I was, but not anymore. Now I'm in sanctuary, exile. They certainly tried to burn us down a few times. Ah, they do have that tendency. I was hoping they would change by now. I've been asleep for a long time. Wished I'd just hang out with my brother and without all of the rhetoric. Oh, what this terrible thing about God is, he's great. I've been talking to him for the last 1,000 years, I think. What a nap. Anyway, I am awake. The one that we have been calling Dragon called her, because it was a female, Lady Dragon. Okay, now we're really getting into it, aren't we? That's true. She goes, "Oh, I feel them coming. Oh no, not again. Oh, they're going to try a gate this time. Uh-oh. Where's the gate? Can you sense it? Yes, I can. Okay. Well, we're going to take a few people there and dismantle it so we don't need any visitors right now. Sounds good to me. They're all angry and frustrated again about God. So let's go dismantle their gate so they can't arrive. Get sent back to sender. So the lawmakers, the lady, and very interesting, the lady that had been in the Hobbit hut woman, Hobbit hut. We'll get it right. I know we will. The woman that was in the Hobbit hut also came. And one other person that they had never met before. It was just a little more older man, somewhere that had been captured and brought there and, had a rough time up to this point. And he had a cane and he was stomping it and he was going, I will go too. So they all went. They were all teleported and they arrived at the gate just as the ships started coming in and they were like, okay, we're a little late on getting them stopped, but we'll dismantle the gate and send them back through. And at that moment, Douglas popped in and said, sorry, I was getting some wood for the fire and hear that there is a gate with, oh my goodness, dragons. Yes, shiny ships everywhere. Oh my. Well, that won't do. Back through the gate you go. And stuck out his axe and off they went. Back through the gate. And they dismantled the gate. I turned around and the Lord of all the dragons, the one that wanted to be called the God of the dragons, was standing there going, I don't move so easily. Ah, the lady said, I understand. If I have to leave you in a bubble somewhere for a while so you can think, like the last guy. The last guy was weak and infirmed. I am strong and bubbles. Yes. Just before we completely dismantle that gate, let's send him back home. Foomp. There he goes. Well, hasn't this been an exciting one? Yeah, it has. Well, let's just make sure the other gates are closed. The woman from the Hobbit hut says, I can do that for you. Done a lot for me. Boy, do you have some more of those battered things, mushrooms? We're working on them right now. We got mushrooms growing. You wouldn't be helpful and create some form of cave for us besides the dwarfs who don't really like mushrooms for some reason. Well, we can do that. Yes, when we get back. We'll just go and sort out this gate thing. There's a few, and I'll probably try to use them. So let's sort those out. Don't want to shut them all down, though, so let's just set them up with an angel outside. I'll ask Father if that's okay. I imagine he'll be quite happy to do so. And she was gone. She just ported to the next gate. And Douglas said, I'll go help. Boink. He was gone. One of the lawmakers said, I will go too, and of course, ported. Everyone else ported back to the city. Well, this has been an exciting day, said the lady. I am probably ready for a nap. And a couple of the others that had come said, oh, I am definitely ready for my nap. Let's see if I can find another space to have a nice one. Before you do that, said the dragon that had come from somewhere else, and the one that had come from the mountain to the one that came from the mountain. I'd like to have a chat with you. Certainly. Let's go sit around the lava. It's fairly close to where I had my nap. Let's leave it there. We are having fun with this story, aren't we? Hey, it's live and it's just going. And yep, every once in a while I may trip one. Uh, we get her back. So let's have a blessing. The blessing would be mountains of joy, overflowing completely, amazingly, wonderfully in every space of existence. Peace, of course, unexplainable, straight from the hands of our Savior, Christ, and hope and abundance and creativity and ingenuity and invention, and you get it. Lots of things, all wrapped up in lots more abundance. Whatever God wishes to paint with that brush of his, according to his will and wisdom, according to your will and wish, this can be. Let's have a word of prayer. We come before you, Father, Spirit, Son. It's getting interesting in that story. And, sometimes it gets a little confusing in life, even in the middle of sanctuary. But that's all right. We'll get it all labeled out. We'll get it all figured out. And eventually there will be names. Who knows when? Right now, we're just allowing the story to flow. And it is healing and creating healing for those that are hearing. So that's all that matters. So we say courage and strength, grace and mercy for us along the way. And we say thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude. Standing in awe and honor, respect, allowing all glory to flow. Father, Spirit, Son. This is. And so this is. Amen. Well, when you rest, rest well. When you wake, wake well. And when you know that your path is well lit by God. Blessings.